ladies and gentlemen. The console room players are proud to present a new Doctor Who adventure for the radio, Galaxy 4, Trap of Steel. Inside the TARDIS, the Doctor and Stephen are at the console, staring at the screen.
We've got to get off here somehow.
Imperative that we leave at once.
Why is that? The Dravins did say 14 dawns.
2 dawns. Tomorrow is the last day this planet will ever see.
We've got to get back and get Vicky away from the Dravins. The door. Doctor, can we see the scanner?
The Doctor operates the scanner. A Chumbly is moving across towards the TARDIS, carrying a black vial-shaped object supported on 2 wires. The Chumbly is emitting a humming and whistling noise.
What's that it's got?
I wish I knew.
The Chumbly moves forward, bumping into the side of the police box, and drops the vial. The Chumbly chatters, turns about, and moves off. As it does, 2 wires can be seen in its grip, running back to the vial. The Chumbly moves away to a safe distance, turns to face the TARDIS and halts, holding the ends of the wires a few inches apart.
Perhaps it's just going to stand guard there.
No, it's waiting for something.
But what?
I can't quite see,
Doctor, I think it's holding a couple of wires.
Yes.
Look out!
There's a loud explosion. The TARDIS shakes and then is still again. Stephen gets up, shaking his head to clear it.
Doctor, where are you?
The Doctor sits up from behind the console. Stephen goes over and helps the Doctor to her feet. The Doctor and Stephen take a few steps. There's another explosion. Both cry out. As the dust settles, they try to catch their breath.
Doctor.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I think Guy Fawkes must have been resurrected.
Oh, please, Doctor. You all right?
Yes, well, are you all right, dear boy?
Yeah, fine, thanks. Do you think it's done any damage?
No. It'd take more than that to get in here.
The Chumbly continues bumping into the outer wall of the TARDIS, making humming and whistling sounds as it goes.
Oh!
It's all right, Doctor. I think it's just come to investigate.
Yes, well, it's going to be disappointed, isn't it?
They move across to the scanner. The Doctor nods to herself and motions towards the screen.
Look, you see? There they go! Look! Away into the distance, empty-handed!
Yeah, they've given up.
Yes, unless they've come back with a piece more trouble. I wonder. Come on, we must go. So little time.
2 dawns.
2 dawns. Come on!
The Doctor opens the TARDIS door and they leave. In the Dravin spaceship, Naga sits at a table, a plate of strange green vegetation before her, calmly eating.
Are you sure you won't eat?
No, thank you.
That's very good.
Vicky looks in disgust at what Naga is eating.
It looks like leaves to me.
It is leaves.
Leaves? Is that what you eat?
Of course. Everything that lives must eat.
Oh, they've been gone ages. It must be at least 2 hours.
They will be back soon.
Not if a Chumley gets them first.
They won't allow themselves to be caught. They're much too worried about you.
That's why you kept me here, isn't it? Isn't it?
You're safe here.
Safe.
Exactly.
Can't I go and look for them?
If they're not back soon, we will go and search for them.
But why can't I do it now?
No, I can't let you do that because you might all escape in your spaceship, and we need your help.
Whether we want to give it or not.
Naga gives Vicky an unpleasant smile.
Oh, I'm sure that all of you want to help us.
Naga resumes eating. Outside the Dravin spaceship, the Doctor and Stephen approach.
Well, we've made it, Doctor. You know, this is a pretty strange kind of spacecraft.
The Doctor nods. Her attention is on the spaceship. Stephen follows her gaze.
Are you talking to yourself, dear boy?
I was just saying, that's a strange kind of spaceship. Old-fashioned.
Yes, I don't think much of it. It's not very well advanced, is it? In fact, as you say, It's old-fashioned. Yes, I don't think these Dravens are very intelligent. Do you?
The doctor begins searching through her pockets.
Yeah, but it's the metal, I mean. Doctor, well, it's inferior.
The doctor pulls out a small screwdriver, approaches the spaceship, scratches the metal hull with it, and peers at the metal.
Yes, well, it's tough, but it's not impregnable. No, it's very common metal, really. Yes, it's nothing unusual, nothing unusual. Well, I suggest that we go in instead of standing around here admiring the scenery. Come along.
Well, what are you talking about, Doctor? It's you who stopped to fiddle around.
But you brought up the subject. Now, don't argue, please. Don't argue. I've never heard such rubbish.
Stephen and the doctor go inside the airlock. Inside the Draven spaceship, a knocking is heard. The Draven opens it while Vicky turns expectantly towards the door.
Your friends. Safe, you see?
No thanks to you, though, is it?
The doctor and Stephen enter. Vicky runs towards them.
Oh, Doctor, you're all right.
Yes, my child, I'm all right.
But you were away so long.
The doctor and Stephen both start to speak at once. Stephen wins out.
Yes, well, we'd have been a lot quicker if it hadn't been for the we got held up by a Chumbly.
It tried to blow us up inside the TARDIS.
It didn't succeed.
Well, of course it didn't. My ship's not made of tin like this old trash. Oh, goodness gracious me. Sometimes seems like if I cough too loud, maybe the whole thing would fall to pieces.
It served its purpose.
Ah, yes, whatever that might be.
Naga pulls a lever on the wall and the airlock door closes.
Is that necessary?
We have to protect ourselves against the machines. Did you find out about this planet?
Yes,
Will it explode?
I'm afraid so.
When?
Exactly when the rules said it would. In 14 Dawn's time.
Stephen starts to speak, but then decides against it.
14 dawns.
Well, we should go, shouldn't we? We should.
Vicky trails off. The doctor sits down at the table.
Doctor, will you help us?
To do what exactly?
To capture the real spaceship so that we can escape.
The doctor starts laughing, but then speaks with annoyance.
And how do I do that? What happens then?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, what happens to the Rills?
Well, they remain on this planet.
They'd be blown up.
They are murderers.
Well, why couldn't you take them up with you?
Because they're evil. You only have to see them to know. Evil.
We only have your word up for that. In any case, I can't help you.
Why not?
In the first place, madam, I never kill anything, and neither do my friends.
Well, either the Rills die or we do.
Or, as the young man suggests, why don't you both go off together,
Impossible.
Come on. What's so impossible about it? Have you ever tried being friendly?
Yes, a very good question, dear boy.
It seems to me you want to be enemies.
The situation was forced upon us.
Or maybe they killed your soldier by mistake.
There's no mistake about it.
Well, you seem pretty sure for someone who was half unconscious after the crash.
You too doubt my word?
We'd be pretty stupid not to.
Yes, all these objections sum up mine. It's none of our business. It's impossible. I'm afraid we can't help you. And it does appear to me that none of you have tried to help yourselves.
Too busy fighting.
You will not change your mind.
No.
Naga pulls a hand weapon from her belt and points it at the doctor.
This is your last chance.
Very likely.
You may not realize it, but at first I point this at your hand and then I pull the trigger and...
From the first moment when Naga drew her gun, Stephen has been judging the distance. Suddenly he leaps and grabs the gun with both hands, forcing it upwards. They sway to and fro while Vicky and the doctor watch in consternation. Naga proves much stronger than Stephen expected and is thus forced back. The Dravens, who are on patrol outside the ship, enter the room through the airlock. As the airlock door opens, the Dravas see Naga and Steven struggling, then immediately draw their guns. Vicky shouts a warning to Steven.
Steven!
Steven sees the Dravans and gives up the struggle.
A very good attempt, my boy. Never mind.
You'll help us now.
Yes, I don't seem to have much choice.
You have none whatsoever. The Rills are repairing their spaceship. They have 14 dawns in which to complete it.
Steven and the doctor glance at each other while Naga notices. There's a brief silence.
It is 14, isn't it?
Oh, yes, quite.
You're sure?
Yes, quite sure.
I don't believe you.
Oh, but why should I lie,
To trick us or something. When is this planet due to explode?
14 Dawn's time.
Very well. We shall kill the girl.
Naga nods her head, and the Dravan sees Vicky, while another points her gun at her.
2 Dawns.
Naga is clearly stunned.
As soon as that? Well, you'll have to work quickly. The Rill spaceship is in that direction. You will capture it for us.
It may not be ready yet.
If it were, they'd have taken off by now.
I'm sure that the doctor can cope with that.
Oh, you have great faith in me, haven't you,
Yes, I have, because I shall keep one of you here. I shall keep the girl.
Oh, no, you won't. You'll keep me.
I said I shall keep...
Do you want our help or don't you?
You will do as the young man suggests.
Very well, we'll keep him.
Come along, Vicky. We have very little time.
Vicky follows the doctor, who gives an appreciative nod to Steven. The doctor reaches the closed airlock and taps it with her stick.
Madam, do I begin by walking through this,
Naga presses a switch and the door of the spaceship opens. The doctor and Vicky look back at Steven, then leave.
Do you honestly believe that they can capture the real spaceship all by themselves?
Either they succeed or we all die together.
Vicky and the doctor pause outside the Dravan spaceship. The doctor gazes up at the sky, deep in thought.
Doctor, come on. What are we standing there for?
Oh, I was just ruminating about the night and day. I was wondering when it's going to get dark. And then I remembered that there's 3 suns on this planet.
What? You don't think they have night here at all?
Oh, yes, they must, my dear. They must. Otherwise, this Naga woman wouldn't be talking about dawns. Probably lasts about 2 hours.
As the doctor moves off, her eyes wandering to where she scratched the spaceship wall with her screwdriver. Vicky follows her gaze, sees the mark, and crosses to it. The doctor comes back to join her.
2 hours?
You remember when we were captured by those Chumblies?
Yes, I do.
That ray gun, why did they use it on the ship? I mean, if the Rills are such enemies of the Dravans, why don't they just wipe them out,
Maybe the rays can't cut through the metal?
Oh, don't believe that, my dear. Don't you believe that for 1 minute. No, that ray gun could go through this like a piece of paper.
Oh, they don't even seem to have tried.
No, it's all very odd, isn't it? Yes, it's very odd.
Come on, Doctor. You said we haven't much time.
Yes, of course, nearly 1 dawn. Yes, we must start that journey. Are you nervous?
Vicky shudders as she recalls the overheard description of the Rills.
They sound a bit nasty, didn't they?
The doctor and Vicky begin their journey. Back inside the Dravan spaceship, Steven goes over to one Dravan and checks her gun. Then he goes over to the other Dravan and inspects her gun as well. To his surprise, he realizes that they are non-functional. He rubs one against his sleeve, polishing the metal.
Yes, well, still won't work, but at least it looks prettier now. Can I have some food?
A Dravan offers him a plate with twigs and leaves in it.
Is this all there is?
That is our food.
Ugh. And does Naga eat this?
No, she is our leader.
Well then, I'll have some of what she eats.
You cannot. It is food for our leaders only.
Well, that hardly seems fair, does it?
Fair?
Yeah. I mean that, she should have special food, and you have to eat this.
It is food.
Does Naga have other special things?
She is our leader and has leader's things.
What leader's things?
Her food.
Yes, you said that. Anything else?
Her gun. A leader's gun can destroy anything,
What? Even the Chumblies?
even the machines.
Well then, surely it would be better if you all had these guns. Well, then you wouldn't have to fear the machines.
There is only one gun. Naga has that gun, as she is leader.
You could take it with you when you went on patrol.
Yes.
Doesn't it seem right that you should?
Only if Naga says so.
Yes, but I mean, if you took it, and you went out, and you destroyed the machine, Naga would be pleased, wouldn't she?
The Dravens do not react.
Naga would be pleased if you destroyed the machine.
Yes.
Well, then you should take it.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what. You give me your gun, whilst you go and fetch Naga's. And then we can both fight the machines together.
Yes.
Having entered the room unnoticed, Naga suddenly speaks.
You're trying to be too clever. Draven, you have done badly. You will be punished. This is a prisoner. You must not talk to him.
He was talking.
He was trying to trick you like the machine.
I have done wrong. I did not understand.
Go to your quarters.
The Draven leaves the room.
You must keep out of the way.
I don't particularly want to be here at all.
You don't have to be.
Oh?
You could easily escape from this planet
How could I?
in your own ship.
Oh, taking you with me, of course.
Well, you don't expect us to stay behind.
No, I suppose not.
All you have to do is take us off this planet and you are free.
What? Just like that?
It's a fair offer.
Oh, yes. Yes. But even assuming I believed you, that on the way you didn't decide that I was eating too much food, there is a snag.
What's that?
I can't operate it. I couldn't if I tried. Only the doctor could do that. It's her ship. Why don't you try making an offer to her? Or is it that you think she might be just a little bit too clever for you? I'm the gullible one, is that it? I'm not much help, am I?
I could make you help us.
No, you couldn't. Not even I can do the impossible. So sorry.
Naga points to a padded area in the corner of the room.
Get over there and stay quiet.
That's an order, is it?
Yes, it is.
With a last contemptuous stare at Naga, Stephen permits himself to be hauled off into the corner by a Draven. First he sits, then lies down after taking another look at the Draven, who is now sitting at the table.
Naga,
What is it?
why do we not kill him now?
I will let you kill him when I am good and ready.
Stephen, of course, overhears this. Outside, the doctor and Vicky are lying down, looking over a ledge several feet high. The noise of the Chumblies can be heard nearby, and the real spaceship is obviously close at hand. As they watch, a Chumbly moves along the ground below them. The doctor and Vicky both draw back instinctively. The Chumbly goes past and out of sight.
Doctor, we'll never get past those sentries.
Fascinating things to watch, eh? I wonder what the principle of operation is. I suppose it's quite simple once you know,
Doctor,
Hmm?
how are we going to get past them?
Yes, that is quite a problem, my child, isn't it?
You're telling me it is.
Well, now, don't lose patience, you see. Now, look, in this case, first, we must observe, note, collate, and then conclude. After that, perhaps we can act,
Yeah, well, With the time we've got left, you have to do that in 10 minutes flat.
Shh, 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 shh. Quiet, quiet.
Another Chumbly approaches. As the Chumbly moves past, Vicky gets an idea. She gives a sideways glance at the doctor and decides to act. She picks up a rock and weighs it in her hand. The Chumbly moves closer. Vicky licks her lips and raises a rock. The doctor is focused solely on the Chumbly. As the Chumbly moves beneath them, Vicky suddenly throws a rock down behind it. The Chumbly does not react and continues on its course.
What are you doing?
Doctor, I thought,
Are you trying to get us killed?
didn't you see? They only pick up sounds in front of them. If we keep immediately behind them, they won't know we're there.
Yes, you may appear to be right, but it's dangerous and it was very risky.
There was no risk.
Hmm?
I noted, observed, collated, concluded, and then I threw the rock.
Oh, yes, quite so, yes. You about finished?
The doctor smiles at Vicky in spite of herself.
Yes.
This time I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But well now, I suppose we've got to make a run for it.
The doctor struggles to get up.
Are you sure you can manage?
I think I can drag my aged limbs into some semblance of a run. Go on!
The doctor and Vicky cross the landscape, running and dodging, making sure that they remain behind any Chumblies. The sound of the Chumblies humming and beeping is heard all around. Meanwhile, in the Drobbin spaceship, the Drobbins are seated at the table, and each rigidly holds her gun in front of her. Naga stands before them. Stephen remains in the corner, observing them.
Power units.
The Drobbins clap their hands to the power units of their guns.
Off.
They click them off.
Guns.
Their right hands return to the guns.
Down.
The guns come down in unison on the table. The Drobbins still rigidly holding them.
Power units.
Their hands move to the power units.
Readings.
Each Drobbin looks at the small dial on their gun's power unit.
397.
And you
386.
get it charged.
The Drobbin gets up and goes to the wall. She plugs her gun into a connection and presses a switch. There's a whine of power.
All guns must be perfect. If any one is found defective, the owner will be severely punished.
The Drobbin stare stonily ahead.
Because soon, now, we will use them. I, Naga, will see to it. Soon, we will break into the Rill's spaceship.
The Drobbins look at each other and nod meaningfully.
And the Rills will all be wiped out.
Stephen tilts his head slightly and looks at the Drobbins. Outside, the doctor and Vicky move in and crouch down out of sight. The doctor studies something in front of her as Vicky takes in their surroundings.
So far, so good.
Look, that looks like the home of the Rills, huh?
Vicky looks in the direction the doctor is pointing, towards a pillbox-shaped object made of quarried rock. On the left is a vast black sphere. A little to the right and in front of the pillbox is what looks like a drill rig. One can hear the sound of the Chumblies humming and beeping.
That must be their spaceship over there.
Yes, and what's that other thing?
It looks like a drill rig?
Yes, it does, doesn't it? What could they be drilling for,
Oil? Gas.
Yeah, well, there's only one way to find out. Go on.
They get up and move towards it. Near a narrow entrance affixed to the wall is a piece of machinery of some kind. A Chumbly emerges from the entrance and comes to rest. Then it swings around and goes back in again. The doctor and Vicky creep forward and the doctor examines the wall.
What on earth will we do if another one of those things come out?
We'd be in trouble. You know, this is a nice piece of building.
It looks very temporary to me.
It's most impressive, yes. Most impressive.
The doctor moves on and notices the machinery.
And what's this, I wonder,
She examines it and draws a conclusion.
You know, I think these rules are far more advanced than I thought they were.
It looks like some kind of air purifier.
Yes, or some kind of machinery for converting air into something else. Yes, it's most interesting.
Vicky is peering into the passage. The doctor moves to join her.
Can you see anything?
No.
I'll lead the way.
They walk a bit. As they enter a passageway, the doctor and Vicky pause, looking about themselves.
You know, this looks as if it were built by the Chumbleys.
A Chumley-shaped corridor. Doctor, if this one is for the reals...
Can you smell anything?
Vicky sniffs and pauses.
Very faint, though, isn't it?
What is it?
I don't know, but I feel as though I ought to.
Yes, so should I. Come on.
The doctor and Vicky walk down the corridor. They are now deep inside the real center. The doctor pauses to examine the wall, running her hand over it.
Well, I must say, it's an astonishing shape and design. Marvelous work, marvelous.
Vicky continues on. She stops and turns back to the doctor.
That smell is getting stronger, you know.
What, huh?
Shh.
They both freeze as they hear an approaching Chumbly. The sound grows louder and then fades away again as it moves off down some other passage. The doctor and Vicky relax, and realizing the need for silence, signal to each other to continue down the corridor.
Oh, doctor, I thought they heard us.
What's it doing? Listening or smelling? Come on.
Vicky laughs softly as they enter a large room. Looking around, they see that there are neat stacks of various constructional pieces, items of equipment and repair. There are several exits in this room, and one wall appears to be the side of the real spaceship. The sound of machinery humming in the background fills the room.
A spaceship!
She walks over and examines it.
And you can't scratch the metal. Isn't that astounding? Yes, it's far superior, far superior. Wonderful stuff for a spaceship,
Doctor? I know what that smell is now. Ammonia. Doctor? What do you think this thing is here?
Well, I should say this is some sort of a repair shop.
The doctor points towards a pile of machinery and dome pieces.
Yes, and that's a Chumbly attachment?
Yeah.
The doctor and Vicky both chuckle. Vicky then notices a deactivated Chumbly. Its domes collapse together, making it look smaller than the others.
Yes, a revelation. A revelation.
Doctor? Do you think that is a baby one?
The doctor looks over the small Chumbly. She taps it, making a dull thumping sound, but nothing else happens.
Not awake just yet.
Vicky laughs, but then turns, her eyes reacting in horror to what she sees. What did Vicky see? Will the doctor and Vicky be caught by the Rills? Find out next time as the Console Room Players present Episode 3, Airlock.